looks like they're both shared. Let me pull up some comments here. So, Mariangel?
Yes.
I'm
here.
Oh, I want to roll with somebody.
I know.
Hold on, let me, looks like my feed is still not cooperating. X out of this. Let me see if it's. Okay. Looks like we're okay. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. This morning we have Mariangel French.
Woo!
Reason why I brought you on, you have this fireball energy. So we need some of that fire energy generating through Facebook right now.
Right.
And we have Opoku. Good morning, Opoku. Which we will have them tomorrow. So tell us a little bit about you, your story. Do you have a nickname, first of all?
I do. I think I do. Like, I think my nephew, when he was born more than 15 years ago, he used to call me Tutti. So that stuck around for a while.
Yep.
When I was singing for a band when I moved to Tulsa, I used to be a lead singer for a Latin band. So they used to call me Tutti, and then through that, I think it was through music or singing in town here in Tulsa when I first moved in that I met someone that was working at a local TV station that they were opening back in the day, and it was in Spanish, or like a bilingual station. So I got a job there leading a show. I was like, I have no experience whatsoever, but just being myself, and I did a cooking show.
What the heck?
I do love cooking, but I was not like a chef, so I thought like, man, that's weird. But the show was me interviewing chefs in towns, and then slowly after, the show started fading a little bit towards, man, why don't you lead it? You're doing good. I'm like, me leading the whole, like, what? So I did that for a little bit, and then they still kept that name, that my nickname, Tutti, on the TV station. They liked it. It was short. And then it faded back again towards Mariangel when when I was working at the TV station and singing in town. I was also going to dance school to learn classical Egyptian dance and belly dance. So my instructor at the time, my performance name, she liked it better to be Mariangel instead of Tutti, so she kept Mariangel, and from there, I think Mariangel has stuck around more. Some family members still call me the other name, but now I can see, like, if you're calling me that, it's because you know me from the TV station, or you know me from a family member. And if you call me Mariangel, you know maybe Jiu-Jitsu or maybe just dance. So I can kind of figure out where they know me from.
Good morning, Kareen. Saying good morning, these beautiful people this morning. So that's I can tell. Well, you actually busted out singing. I didn't realize you were a singer. Also, I knew you're a dancer.
Yes.
Belly dancer. I've seen you dance before, but not the other day. That video went viral.
Yes, it's so fun. Everybody's like, oh, I feel the same way. And I was like, I didn't even thought about like my vocals or anything. I was just really like, oh, Omar, I just want to roll with somebody. And then we were, I was like, I want to roll with somebody. And he was like, that sounds really good. How would I really do?
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Can you do the impromptu singing right now so everyone can know what went viral?
I want to roll with somebody. I want to get a sweep on somebody. No, it's a real feeling. It's like, it's honestly, it's as real as it sounds. I barely almost cried at the end. I opened the windows like, somebody come roll with me, please. It's a real struggle. A lot of jiu-jitsu people are feeling right now. and, gym owners too. I mean, my days were centered on going to the gym, opening the gym, teaching a class, coming home. And so now I don't have that. Like, what's going on? It feels very surreal and strange. And yesterday was an actual month that we've been closed, that the academy closed off. So one month that feels like
so
forever.
Before we I want to touch base on that, but I do have a couple questions. She goes, Apoku goes, you have so many talents. Which one is your favorite talent?
Oh my God. So many talents. I think, as I wrote on TikTok, everything is my favorite. I just cannot pick a thing. Honestly,
same thing. TikTok is like creating something. It's like it brings out your creative juices.
Yeah, I mean, like, everything is my favorite. Like, honestly, I don't. It's the same when they ask me, "Hey, Mariangel, what's your favorite submission?" I go like, I mean, right now it could be this, but I love everything. Like, it's my favorite. So they even joke about it. My friends were like, "Oh my God, everything is your favorite." I'm like, no, but this is really like my top favorites of the favorites. On top of that favorite, yeah, this is my favorite. So I don't know. I truly, I think what I enjoy the most, or the thing that I can think that is like the common factor on the things that I do, is to interact with people, so interact with people, make people laugh. That's something I really love. And being just myself, my silly, goofy, loud self, and just, I think that's my favorite. So I connect those in jiu-jitsu and movement, dancing, and singing silly things that you guys like anything. Like, honestly, I just can't pick one talent or one thing that I do. I love cooking. I loved it. See, I can ramble because everything is truly just.
Well, that's the main reason why a lot of people are gravitated towards you. They're like, oh my gosh, she can cook. Oh my gosh, she can sing. I'm like, why not make a video where you need to make a TikTok video where you can just you're doing cooking, singing, and doing jiu-jitsu at the same time.
I can come up with that. Yes, I can cook. I can do jiu-jitsu and
there?
clean and dance at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time, for sure. I mean, why not?
Yes.
Let's see. There are people coming on. Let's see. Yeah. They say, wow, that voice. Kareen finally gave in and rolled with the hubby. She finally gave in and rolled with the hubby. Good for her. Shelby's on. Hey, Shelby Williams. In fact, she's going to be on. Shelby, you're going to be on next Monday, just FY. So she hasn't replied back to me. Like, there's a delayed response with her. And so I've already booked somebody for last Monday, yesterday. And I asked her, because I feel like she's like busy. I'm like, before you become TikTok famous, reply to my response.
I agree.
So she says, no way she can answer that. No way you can answer that, meaning you can't have one on there.
Exactly. So, no, she does. She knows me pretty good.
Gotcha. Let's see. Hey, Jordan Kimball said, two of my favorite humans. Love you too, Jordan. We're just saying hi, interacting with people today, looks like.
Oh yes, let's do that. I love it. Hi, Jordan.
Let me turn this down. So going back to your school, tell me how that transition been, because I know there's a lot of business school owners are in the same boat. And so how are you managing? How are you dealing? I think they want to hear a lot of your ideas and your thoughts and how you're transitioning with everything.
Well, I think I was talking to some friends the other day, and I have gone through this quarantine phases, like the first week that we closed, it was like the week of spring break. So you're like, okay, I mean, sure, it is spring break. I guess we could be closed. And I was like, okay, this week, I mean, it's just, we're going to be closed. It's just the uncertainty that just kind of keeps it kind of weird. Because if it's like it's going to end at a certain date and time, I maybe be more patient. But so I went through the phase of like, okay, it's okay, I'm gonna train at home. I gotta beat this quarantine. I'm not gonna be a quarantine person. And this, like trying to stay so active and keep my routine as hard as possible. Then the second week came back, and then I entered like other phases of having the gym closed and missing everybody. Like the second week, Omar's like, oh my God, it's been just 2 weeks. You were crying and acting like, it's been more than that. I'm like, it's just, I don't know when I'll see everybody. And on right away after the week of spring break, we started teaching Zoom classes for our kids and adults. It's the same schedule in the evenings that we used to have class. And I don't know, the first day when I connected with everybody, I was like, everyone on the screen, I was like just getting emotional because like I said, that was my days were centered around my academy, and that it has been for 7 years. So it's hard to just abruptly take that away. So as we're handling, people are being supportive. Other people have to do what they gotta do, and we're just patiently waiting and trying to stay connected as much as we can, and to still teach classes, through Zoom and talk to people. And I'm better. I'm making up TikToks because that's the phase that I am on the quarantine now, because I want to still be connected with people and interact. And you guys make me laugh, and it works, when I'm feeling down and bored, I'm like, I'm just going to go on TikTok and see what I can do, like, doesn't matter. Maybe I'll make something up. And, that's just trying to be as patient and as positive as possible. Trying to keep up with my eating habits. Sometimes that has been not so good. But
yes, we all struggle for sure.
Oh my goodness. It's just too much time at home. And you're like, I think I'm hungry, or am I just bored? I don't know. So yeah, but just trying to be positive, trying to work out as much as I can. There's so much to offer right now online. A lot of people have lots of live workouts and yoga and everything. So just trying to stay as positive and as active as possible.
And you're currently with your students, you're offering Zoom, BJJ classes, stuff like that.
Yes.
So you're keeping them engaged and active. And then also with your, as far as your routine, your workout routine, you're kind of staying with, looks like Professor Canarto Taveras.
Yes.
So staying with him.
Yes. I lost you for a second there.
Oh, what? Okay, I didn't know if you're going to say something. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Let's see. We do have a few questions. Pokey's not going to give up on this. What belt level? Well, she's brown belt, and no, she says. Let's see. Oh, that's already an old question. Who's asking what's your favorite submission, which you don't have one.
I mean, right? Yeah.
This is her favorite submission right now. This little.
I'm a savage.
Savage.
That's my favorite.
Savage. Okay. That's your submission. Savage submission right there.
I'm a savage. Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, that's TikTok.
No, honestly, my favorite thing to do in Jiu-Jitsu is go for the back. Take someone's back and then apply submissions from the back. That's if I could put on a favorite sub, it'll be anywhere that can lead me to take the back, meaning Kiss of the Dragon, bearing bolos, inversions. I love that. And just any technique that leads me to take someone's back, that to me is, I'm a savage, if I do that. My rear naked choke.
Okay, that needs to be your next technique video right there of the day.
Yeah, and then you take the back, and then I'm a savage, and you choke the
savage. I got it.
That's a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna steal your idea next time.
Mm-hmm. That would be so good. It's like you go, you take the back, and then I'm a savage.
There you go. Yes, you do, Kareen. You need to get on TikTok. So there's people like, do I need to get on TikTok?
I gave in. I mean, I told Shelby, it's like, man, you guys are having so much fun. And she's like, oh, you deserve to be on TikTok, Mariangel. Please do. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm TikTok material. And then she's like, oh, you are going to be TikTok. No, I don't think. And then I'm like, okay, I gave in. And Omar's like, wow, you're like a really good TikToker. I'm like, husband, you say that because you love me. But is it really good? Is it stupid? I love it when it's silly. So no, yeah, he's like, no, you're doing a great job. He cracks up. I've been trying to get him to do something with me. He's like, no.
Let me throw something in here. There was something looking at some of the comments in here that I missed. What is Shelby was laughing. She goes, "Ha ha, not there yet as far as TikTok famous." So she's not TikTok famous yet, but she will.
Dude, she will be. To me, she's huge. She's the real deal on TikTok.
Yeah, so she's probably getting like 100 followers. If you're not on TikTok, it's gonna be bigger than Instagram and Facebook. But she gets like 100 followers like in like a week.
She's so much fun. And then when she did my TikTok, I have my fangirl moment. I'm like, oh my God, Shelby's doing Shelby did my TikTok. Like, I was so excited. I was like, I made it. I made it big on TikTok already with my 30 followers, but Shelby did my TikTok.
That's awesome. Yep. And then I need to eventually get Shelby doing that too. Or because I know you had did a duet with me. I was like, oh, my girl.
Mm-hmm. I was like, she's too cool. I need to pick something that I can handle.
I'm like, you're a dancer. I'm like, I'm sure you can pick up dancing. And I was
but like hip hop, like I don't think it's like I'm learning. Seriously, TikTok is teaching me something. It's not just like I'm being goofy, but I'm actually like putting the dances, and you're like, what did they do? Oh, okay. And so it gives you a little.
I'm like flipping people off with a choke. It's
what is it?
But it's like good engagement, coordination going on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I could dance like this.
Right, me neither. Like, my background on dancing is something different than hip hop, but I'm like, I'm down to learn anything. It might become my favorite.
I'm like, this is all new, because I'm like, honestly, I didn't know any of this stuff. I was like, okay, maybe, but it slows you down. It helps you slow it down too.
Oh yeah,
the lip sync. So I'll try to I try to use your voice whenever I do a duet with you to sing on there. So, Mariangel, what techniques do you drill the most going into tournaments?
I drill a lot of close guard. I love the close guard if I'm gonna be on bottom in a tournament. And then I make sure that I have my agility passes on point, 2 to 3 that I connect together, and also a couple pressure passes that connect together. In case I cannot be standing on my feet, I go down on my knees and I start applying pressure passes. So I have my little 3 sets of pressure passes that I can connect together. Same with my agility passes. And if I'm on the bottom, my favorite guard to start the tournament, if I'm gonna pull the guard, is into the close guard. And from there, I go to my other stuff, attacking omoplatas and trying to get further back. And if they stand up, the game starts. And just trying to get inverted, trying to go further back. Savage.
That's your signature move right there.
I'm gonna have to.
That's where the jiu-jitsu. That's every time you do jiu-jitsu or you cook your dance, you end with that. I'm a savage.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
It's your signature move with the tongue out.
With the tongue out and everything, yeah. Put it all together. Yeah, as far as a tournament, I like to play safe when I compete. Meaning, it takes a couple seconds right when you start a match because the nerves, and everything. So I like to center myself in the competition, feel that I'm competing, get to a position that I'm comfortable, take a deep breath, try to be present, and not let the whole competition go as an autopilot blur, because that happens a lot. So I'll just try to just get to a good position, take a couple deep breaths, and just like, okay, I'm here and I'm about to, I can do this. So I look for that moment where I can take a couple deep breaths and keep fighting.
That's definitely get some good pointers there for anyone who's looking into competing or help with their competition nerves.
Yeah.
Do you have a fan page? Somebody is asking, fan page on Facebook?
I don't think so. I just have my regular page and Instagram and TikTok now.
And then TikTok, she's on TikTok. It's Mariangel. Is that
French.
What is it?
Mm-hmm.
French. And then what's your business page? Your business page? Your business page?
Omar French, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay, so you can follow them on that. If
Probably Academy on that, or both of us have Instagrams too. I'm pretty active on Instagram as well. So.
And it's also Mariangel French?
It's also Mariangel French.
Okay. All right, hopefully that answers your question. Who is your toughest coronavirus? Who is your toughest opponent so far?
Toughest opponent? Oh my goodness, I think myself. Honestly, the opponents, everybody goes through the same that we're feeling when we compete. We feel like we're the only ones that are nervous, or we're the only ones that are feeling a little bit insecure sometimes, or all those things. I think battling myself in my mind is probably the toughest thing that I deal with when I compete, because the opponents are all going to be tough. They're all tough. Everybody is tough. You know, they all train and they all want the same thing that you want. So they're all going to feel super, super tough, you know. But the toughest person that you have to fight first is you in your mind on the pit when you're going to go compete. I know that sounds like super cliche, like, oh, come on, give me a name. But honestly, at this point I've been competing since white belt, you know, right on IBJF right away. Like, my husband had a plan for me and I just followed. I'm like, sure. I said yes to everything. All of the challenges, as much as they scare me, I said, yes, I go for it. You know, fight to win. That sounds scary. I'll go for it. Doesn't matter. I'll just do it. But it's the opponent, the biggest and most challenging opponent I have to fight is myself, and getting myself ready for these tournaments and not let it wear me out completely either, you know, to where I'm defeated before I go into the fight, because I defeated myself mentally thinking about the other opponent or their technique. So you first got to fight yourself and win that fight with mental positivity, being kind to yourself. You know, a match doesn't define your jiu-jitsu or anything. And I know we hear this all the time, but it's definitely true. Once you beat yourself up here, that's the toughest opponent. Once you're mental ready for a fight, whoa, you can do amazing things when you're feeling mentally ready. And it shows when you perform. It shows when you perform, for sure.
Yes, all great advice. I definitely agree on all those at all levels.
Thank you.
And to kind of chime in on that also, it goes in the same environment like we're going in right now. He was asking, what was your toughest opponent? And I just kind of joked and say coronavirus, but like you said, it's yourself. You know, so having to deal with our own mindset and making our own positive environment within ourselves.
Exactly.
For sure.
That's a hard to win.
Yep. Mariangel, do you have a blown training camp going into tournaments? Do you believe in camps?
I think I'm on camp all the time. I'm one of those persons that I mean, I do push it harder on the competition when I'm have something big coming up or a tournament. I might plan some strategies and like polished up my sweep, my passes that I'm going to use. But as far as like camp, I think I'm on a constant camp of training since I compete so often, and I'm at the gym all the time. I'm not just there sometimes just to be there. I'm there training every single class that's been taught. And sometimes class end, or I'm there early and I'm drilling, or I'm working out and I'm doing yoga and I'm eating correctly and I'm drinking lots of water. Like, I'm on a constant camp for competitions. So yes, push it a little harder, especially if you have to cut some weight. I usually do have to cut a few pounds. So that makes you focus a little bit. And so it's like a diet camp along with your training. So when you're dieting hard, you have to be smart about your training and your rest. So that's probably when I feel that I'm just on competition camp but not because my training hours change or my routine of working out changes. That stays the same. I'm super intense and very hyper, so I have to just let all that out. But I do, like I said, put a little more emphasis on certain techniques and certain strategies depending on the tournament, the rules of the tournament. I make sure that I just polish that up and work on a little bit of my game plan, but I'm always on a constant competition camp all the time, most likely. Yeah.
It sounds like you made it a lifestyle is what there's a difference with there's athletes out there that it's a lifestyle for them, and they go a little bit harder when competition is nearing closer, and then there could be recreational hobbyists who's like, oh,
Exactly.
I'm going to train for a few months and get ready for, or maybe longer than that. So there's different,
Exactly.
but as long as whatever it's going to fit within your journey, that to keep that going. So
yes, exactly.
So what would, staying on point with jiu-jitsu, what would you say is like your most memorable moment in jiu-jitsu, whether it's competition or within your business, your jiu-jitsu journey?
In jiu-jitsu?
Yep.
I think it was when I was a blue belt and I went and competed at the Master Worlds for the first time. And me and Omar had made a mistake booking our flight. And I have made it all the way to the final. But we also booked our ticket the same day as my competition. Because back in the day, Omar had to book different because I was a blue and he was already like, I believe, brown or black belt. So we competed on so many different days. And I think it was a mistake. And he's like, if we stay and fight the final, we'll miss our flight. We can figure it out. Or I think it was I don't remember if it was a holiday weekend. I cannot recall. It's been at least 5 years of that. But I made it all the way to the final and we had to leave. I lived the tournament and I was like, man, I could have won it, but I'm happy that I did it. And we had to run to the airport, me on my gi on, and just run to catch that plane. I was like, if I miss the plane and miss my final and miss everything, it's gonna be super sad. But we made the plane. They almost didn't let me borrow my gi. He's like, take that off. So I take that off and I only have a sports bra. So the guy's like, no, okay, put that on. Give me the belt. And I was like, I'm gonna miss the flight. That was super memorable. And then I was cutting weight, so I was very dehydrated. So we keep running with this big old backpacks all through the airport, make it to the plane, and we sit down. And that's when it all hit me and I just started crying. I'm like, did I just place in a huge tournament for the first time within 2 months of blue belt? And I just started crying. I was like, can I have something to drink? I was so thirsty. And then the flight attendant was like, oh no, you have to wait until takeoff. And I'm like, no, I just want to drink something. But no, just aside, I went back the next year for the same medals. Like, I gotta go get that medal. I left last year and living in the final, and I made it again. Tough fighting, super tough. Girls made it to the final and end up winning the tournament. So I was just busting out crying. And I think for that one, I had a group of people from Tulsa over there. So every time I made a move that looked cool, they were being so loud that the ref kept looking back like, who are these people? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know any of them. I don't know him. So that was pretty memorable. Just like, not just to win, but like when you win in front of your teammates and they get so excited and I cry and they cry and we all hug. I think those moments are the most memorable moments. It's just sharing each other's journey like that and being so involved with each other.
Yeah, that's something that we pretty much live for. It's like when we become in our 80s or 90s, those are the stories that we're going to think back and keep telling. And
oh my goodness, definitely.
So what was the saying that I put out there, which I can't remember, but if it comes up, I'll let you know. But there was a question: what is your opinion on 10th Planet? What is your opinion on no-gi only dojos or schools?
I like no-gi. I honestly do. I'm a more of a gi girl, but I don't hate no-gi. We still train it. Omar's like, you got to train both. You have to train both. And I love the leg locks. So I think they're an amazing gym. It's not necessarily a different philosophy when you go full no gi only, but I think the martial art was done in a gi as well. So I like the techniques. I like gripping, but I love both. Seriously, it's just still jiu-jitsu. It changes a lot, you know, in nogi, especially when you add the leg locks. But I love them both. I train both gi and nogi both. I was actually going to do a submissions on the shore, like an EV. It's kind of like an EVI tournament. It was gonna have. It was gonna be in February, and some planned flight details didn't work out. I mean, some things sometimes don't work out. But I was invited to do that one, and it was gonna be just EVI rules and all, and leg locks and everything allowed. And I was super excited to do that. But I know I'll get another opportunity. So I love both. They're both jujitsu, but if I have to pick one, I do incline more towards the gi. I do train more in the gi than no gi, but still do both.
Yep. Good. I just remember the saying. I was trying to think in my head. The saying was, the biggest risk isn't failure, it's regret.
Yes.
So
Amazing.
yeah, I was like, there's something that was in my head that was popping up. For
Yes,
sure.
that's great.
So unless someone has questions, let's move on. What is like the hardest thing you had to overcome in life?
The hardest thing, like right off the top of my head, probably I will say just now, like I'll probably, you know, think about something else and be like, that was hard and that was tough too. But when I was probably 18 years old, moving to a different country, missing my family and being away from everybody, that was pretty tough. You know, came here as a student, and then I was with my sister at first for a year and a half, and then moved to Tulsa by myself when I was 20. And in my background, in my culture, I am from originally from Venezuela. We're very family oriented, you know, very tight, you know. You grow up and you don't move out just because. You move out then when you get married and, you know, you're ready to move out. So parents usually keep their kids at home for a really long time. So just the fact that I was away from that, from my home, my family, my brothers and sisters, and wasn't able to see them for a really long time due to arranging my status here and everything, that was probably one of the toughest, you know, because we're very tight, very united, and not seeing them and being away from them, being more by myself, trying to be an adult here in a new country, learning another language was definitely very tough.
So yeah, definitely. When you're 18, from Venezuela, how was so you went to school, you didn't know any English, I assume?
I came to school for English. So like English is second language as an international student, like that program where you come. So over there you take English lessons, you know, in high school. And but it's not the same. Once you move here, you're like, oh, I know yellow, I know blue, I know my colors and numbers, and good morning, good afternoon, my name is Mariangel, like the basic, like you would know when you're starting to learn a language. And I watched a lot of TV in English back home too. But as to like being super fluent and confident with the language, no. So yes, so I came in a program where you just internationally, you come and you just learn English for a whole year. I think it was a year, a little more than a year in college in Oklahoma City. I was actually in Oklahoma City Community College. So yes, so you come here just for English, and you can say that I didn't know, or I knew very little when I moved here, and I just learned as I was living here.
Gotcha. So how young are you? What's your age?
Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'll be 34.
Savage! Happy birthday! Everyone say happy birthday.
Years, you know? Yeah.
So you're speaking English very well. So congrats to you and everything you've accomplished. When did you and Omar open your business? How did you guys meet?
Oh, mine. I met Omar when I moved here. I was like in Tulsa, on my 20th birthday or something. I was here in Tulsa, with some of my friends that I met, and I met Omar back then. We've been friends for a really long time, but nothing like, you know, I had a boyfriend, he had a girlfriend, like, you know, our lives, we knew each other. We're both from Venezuela. We had the same circle of friends for years. Like it never even crossed my thought that Omar was going to be like, you know, we were going to end up being married. Like, that's just crazy. I know. So we even worked at the TV station together at some point when we were both, when the TV station opened and they were having all kinds of people. So we're like, hey, Tuti. He didn't even know my name was Mariangel. Everybody called me Tuti. So he's like, hey, Tuti, what's up? I'm like, Omar, I didn't know you work here. Like, I'd known him for really like more than 10 years before we started talking. And then I'm like, he's actually like a very interesting guy. And then we both happened to be single, and then life happened. We got married, had a baby, boom. And then the same day we found out that we were going to have a baby, we signed the contract to open a gym. What? It's like two babies being born at the same time. I always think that's super special. Yeah, same day I was like, I'm pregnant. We're opening a gym. What? Do this.
Who does that?
Yep. That's how it happened.
Only you two, firecracker, Venezuelan people.
Yeah.
Opoku says 34 going in 25. You look great. Yes, she does. Dustin, good morning. Everyone says happy birthday. Thanks for tuning in again. Did you feel a culture shock when you came here?
I don't. Well, maybe a little, but since I watched so many American shows back home, and I just loved everything about the United States when I was growing up. I don't know why. Me and my friends, I had a best friend, and we all like, oh no, I just love everything. We'll watch shows like high school shows, for example, and then we'll see like people wear like regular clothes, and that must be so cool because over there you just wear uniforms. Every school you just wear uniforms. Wouldn't that be so cool to wear regular clothes? Like I was more like, it was so different from my culture and from Venezuela that I just loved it all. So yeah, maybe a little culture shock. People back home are more like hug and talk, and you know, and over here there's a little more of a, you know, there's not so much hugging unless in jiu-jitsu, but you know what I mean. So over there they say hi to you everywhere, and they say hi with like a big old hug and a kiss and things like that. So that closure and that closeness with people it was definitely like something I noticed. It was very different at first. Now I think I'm more American than Venezuelan, honestly. I've been here longer than I've lived back home, feels like. So
yeah. So tell us how you're managing baby Omar with school. It looks like you had like your whiteboard and your calendar and your routine that I've seen on your videos.
So you know, like I went through phases too with that. I was like, wow, no, I'm gonna have to homeschool. Am I gonna be able to do that? I freaked out, had a day where I like kind of was feeling anxious and kind of nervous. But Omar's like, it's the same things you've been doing with him. You know, you guys do art projects all the time, and you talk to him a lot, and you color a lot, and teaching math when you're cooking and things, and it's the same. And I was like, are you sure? And Omar's like, oh yeah, it's the same stuff. So I got the little menu they're sending you to teach them throughout the week. And I'm like, I've done that. Yes, we can do this. And just trying to be as fun as possible, you know, not to be super structured. I thought he had to be like, I had to sit him down on the table and he had to just do the homework and that's it until the time ran out. I'm like, I just like, no, let's just do this. There's no need to put unnecessary pressure right now. There's so much going on and so much pressure in other areas in our lives to ask myself to put that kind of stress or nervous or anxiousness on me. So I just relaxed, and we do the activities throughout the day. We take breaks. I do let him watch TV if he wants to for a little bit so I can do other things. But he's now understanding now that he said, like, can we go eat out? And then he's like, oh, no, Mom, let me take that back. I forgot. It's the coco virus. He calls it the coco virus. I don't want to correct him. I just let him say the crocovirus, whatever he wants to say. I know, I remember, Mom. We cannot go out because of the crocovirus. I'm like, yeah, the crocovirus doesn't let us go out, so we got to stay home. So now he's more content. You know, he doesn't ask to go out and things like that very often, which is good. We have had some family members that come through the door and then they just come say hi. And then when he wants to run out and hug them, and I'm like, we can. So those things are a little bit tough at times, but he's a great kid. So we're managing good, managing good so far.
Before I forget, you have a YouTube channel and you do shows of.
That's right.
You need to exit that. You need to do that every time you do some sort of video. That's your signature savage move.
That have to be a savage move.
But right. You have recorded your life and how you're able to deal with daily living with your structure, your routine, kids, or actually baby Omar. And then sometimes you play around with your hubby on TikTok. So
yes, I try to mess with him.
So what's your YouTube channel?
We have a couple YouTube channels. I have two. One is the French Family Show, and the French Family Show is so when we go out on trips and adventures. So that's
oh, I saw the last one where you had to wear your mask, and you're like, "What is that lady doing without?" She was pouring gas. What is that lady doing without gloves?
I don't even do that. That's one of my pet peeves, though. Like, I don't even touch the gas pump. Not even during cockavirus time. Like, even on non-cockavirus time, I usually grab the napkin and then I grab it because for some reason, I don't know. I was a nurse aide and I worked in hospice and in hospitals and facilities like that for 8 years. So I had to wash my hands a lot. So I think in that process, I think I became very aware of where I put my hands and what do I touch, working on a healthcare field, so that I can there's things that I just don't touch and do unless I have like a little barrier. So there, I was like, we're in cockavirus time where we need to be extra careful about the things we touch. And there she goes, just grabbing it. I was just sitting in my car and I happened to look in front. I have my phone here and I go, oh my God, let me flip the camera. What is happening? Like, no, this is cockavirus time. Don't touch anything. Nothing is safe.
Pure.
But yes, I have two YouTube channels. One is the French Family Show, and that's for our trips and travels and adventures. And the Mariangel French is a channel more towards Jiu-Jitsu and what do I do to prepare for tournaments and just things like that. That one is more specifically for competitions, me talking about more workouts, food. I love cooking. So that one is just more Jiu-Jitsu. The other one is full on adventure.
Sounds like you're all over the interweb with you have to like do everything like you said about you can't have one submission. You have to have the whole.
Have to have a lot. Mm-hmm.
So what are, I guess, some of the silver linings you're picking up during these times?
Well, one thing I feel like I didn't feel rushed, but I feel like I can take my time doing whatever I decide to do on the day. I mean, I'm trying to follow a schedule, especially when we teach the Zoom classes, but like as of in the morning, there's no rush. Baby, oh, come on, grab your backpack, breakfast done, your lunchbox. Let me see, I got my backpack, my water. I got to go to the gym after. Like, I feel like I can slow down a little bit. That's probably one of the silver linings I'm picking up. Spending more time together, with Omar, with both of my Omars. Just eating meals together, something that we didn't have. I mean, we did dinner after the gym every night, but we're all beat up and tired. So now we get to eat lunch together as a family, and we just sit down and talk and be like, maybe was in school during lunchtime. Me and Omar had a class that we taught during lunchtime. So we just like the sitting down lunch. Sometimes it was me and him, or sometimes he'll have to run errands right after the gym and I will eat by myself. So eating meals together, it's a silver lining, all the time that we're spending doing TikToks. I didn't do TikToks before. So boredom drive me to
learning new dances.
That's it, learning new dances. So that's definitely silver lining. Just feeling more
beautiful skin.
Okay, yeah. I mean, because there's no jiu-jitsu, my hair I can wear it down and it's not breaking. There's a whole bunch, but the most I think that I'm considering is just the time, like most people are probably experiencing a lot of that time that you spend together, eating meals together. That's awesome. Sleeping in sometimes, you don't have a wake up with an alarm. So I don't, like I said, I just don't feel rushed. I feel like I'm just calm because I have nowhere to go. I'm going to be home. So I wake up, being more calm and less rushed.
Gotcha. We did get some comments. It looks like Dustin said we call them Jeep adventures. They went to Great Salt Plains State Park last Saturday to dig for crystal. Those are some great
Ooh,
ideas. Yeah, nice adventure.
that is amazing.
And then Julie says home cooking for sure has helped.
Yes. Yes. I'm
So,
gonna look into that, digging for crystals. I think Baby O would love that.
yeah, for sure. So I'm going to. Looks like we're almost 50 minutes in, so
Wow.
we could just talk for days. So
Yay.
we're gonna have to kind of cut it. But what would you say your a positive message that you would like to leave to anyone who's watching, to the world on Facebook?
Right now, I think I'm reading a book that is a personal growth book, and it's just talks about how we just need to be kind to ourselves. You know, remove unnecessary pressure right now for you to be at a certain way, for example, or work a certain amount of hours. And yes, push yourself and try to keep your routine. That way you feel positive about you. But anything that is putting unnecessary stress and anxiousness right now, just put it on hold. It's not the time to do anything like that towards yourself, because then it might affect others and you just quarantine with others. So just be calm, be kind to yourself. If you don't shame yourself for eating a little extra at this time. It's like as I'm telling you guys this, I'm telling it to myself. It's okay. We're on a pandemic. We're home a lot. Just enjoy the silver linings. Be patient, even though I know the uncertainty of this can bring some anxiousness, because you don't know when it's going to be over. And I hear you. I'm there too. But just be kind to yourself in your thoughts. Don't shame yourself for anything that you do or don't do. Or if you're resting a little more than you did before, take it. Don't bring any unnecessary pressure on yourself right now. Just enjoy, push yourself, try to eat the best you can, enjoy also, and rest also. That's what I want to leave you guys with.
Yes, beautiful message. I would definitely agree. Now you cut off kind of in between. You said you're writing a book. Do you know the title of it yet?
No, I'm reading. Oh my goodness.
Oh, reading. Okay, sorry. Well, then that's why it cut off, because I was like, I heard,
wow, she's writing a book. That would be crazy.
reading a book. So, like, yes, be kind to yourself. Definitely show some grace for sure. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. You all have a beautiful day. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We can just talk. You and I, Mariangel, can just talk for days. We can.
I know. I didn't even know how much time went by. I was having such a great time.
So the reason why I want to pull you on, because you share this energy, this vibe, the firecracker energy. So you're such a beautiful soul person. You all have a beautiful family. Your gym is awesome. I still haven't visited, so hopefully afterwards we'll come visit you.
I will love that so much.
All right. You all have a blessed, beautiful morning and day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be kind to yourself. Okay? Love you. We're going to savage out. I'm a savage.
Guys, do it.
Love it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.